I'm just going to pop you on mute as well. So good morning to everyone that's joining us on YouTube. We've just gone live on YouTube and we'll set up Instagram. Good morning everyone on Instagram, and we've got the lovely Rachel, who's super dedicated on Zoom. And this morning we're going to be starting lying down. Well, I prefer to lie down in meditation, and we're going to be doing a body scan, but if you do prefer to be seated, then you're welcome to do that. If you've got your bed nearby, you might also want to lie on the bed. So once you find a comfortable position, just softly closing the eyes, bringing awareness to the breath, in and out through the nose. Just first of all, checking in with yourself this morning. Noticing if the breath feels restricted, if there's any tension in the body. Or if you already feel relaxed. And during our body scan today, I'm going to be bringing your awareness to different parts of the body. And there's nothing that you need to do to these different parts. You don't need to change them. You don't even need to relax them. Instead, thinking of the area, picturing that body part in your mind's eye. Alternatively, you can repeat the body part, the name, in your mind. So just take one more breath here. And then bring into mind the right toes, right sole of the foot, right ankle, calf, shin, right knee, front and back, right thigh, right hip, lower abdomen, left hip, left thigh, left knee, front and back, shin, calf, ankle, left heel, the sole of the left foot, left toes, bringing to mind both legs, left leg and right leg. Lower back, mid back, upper back, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, right upper arm, right elbow, forearm, palm, thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger. Whole of the right arm. Right side of the chest. Center of the chest. Left side of the chest. Left shoulder. Left upper arm. Elbow. Forearm. Palm. Thumb. First finger. Second finger. Third finger. And pinky finger. The whole of the left arm. Bringing awareness to both arms. Left arm and right arm. Left leg and right leg. Lower abdomen. Stomach. Rib cage. Chest. Collarbone. Throat. Jaw. Right cheek. Left cheek. Lower lip. Upper lip. Right nostril. Left nostril. Bridge of the nose. Right eye. Left eye. Right eyebrow. Left eyebrow. Forehead. Temples. Crown of the head. Back of the head. Back of the neck. Shoulders. Bringing awareness to the whole body. And releasing. We're going to run through our affirmations now. Again, we're going to try some different ones today by Louise Hay. Meditations to Heal Your Life. And she has affirmations that you can use. You can either repeat them in your mind's eye, you can also repeat them aloud. So it's completely up to you. Or you can ignore them if they feel like they don't resonate with you. I would like you to place the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth gently. Eyes remain closed. All my new habits support me in positive ways. I release the need to be perfect. I ask the universe to help me let go of fear. I allow myself to move into new understanding. I am learning to love my negative habits and beliefs. I used to say, oh, I wanted to get rid of that. Now I know I created all my habits to fulfill a purpose. So I release the old habits with love. And find more positive ways to fulfill those needs. Allowing the breath to deepen as we bring the awareness back into the room. Adding micro movements to the body, reawakening. And making these micro movements bigger and bigger, turning them into stretches, maybe hugging knees in, maybe taking a big yawn. And if you're lying down, eventually rolling on one side for a moment. Just keeping the eyes still closed. Take a breath here, in through the nose, and sigh out through the mouth. And then slowly pushing yourself up to a seated position of your choice. I was sitting cross-legged. I'm going to grab a block. I just sit on a block kneeling, but there's no right or wrong way to sit, as long as you're comfortable. And yeah, you might put a blanket on your legs. Still a little bit cold this morning. So we're working on our vision drills, and vision is the top of our neural hierarchy that helps our body feel safe and genuinely might get rid of pain in the body and help us move a bit better. So we're going to start with extending the arm away, giving me a thumbs up. And we're going to keep the thumb about eye level. Eyes are going to be on the thumb. And we're going to draw the thumb towards the nose, nice and slow to begin with. Eyes stay on the thumb. Make sure it doesn't go out of focus. Just as you think it is about to, hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to extend the thumb all the way back away, keeping eyes on thumb for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to repeat this time as we draw the thumb towards the nose. We're going to come slightly lower down towards the tip of the nose rather than the bridge. Again, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extending all the way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hand down, shake the hands out. Give me a thumbs up with the other hand. Extend the arm. Perfect. I always feel like when people do this to me on Zoom, I've got Rachel on Zoom, that I'm doing something really good. Giving me a thumbs up. So I like to keep one hand on my chin to make sure that my head doesn't move, because I know that I'm slyly going to move it without even realizing. Taking the thumb all the way to the left side, trying to keep it in my vision, head doesn't move, eyes on the thumb, and then back to the center. So let's just work to the left side to begin with. Bringing out as far as it can, as fast as you can, but the thumb needs to stay in focus the whole time. If you notice it gets a little bit blurry, maybe just hold it there. See if you can get it in focus before bringing it back to center. Yeah, that's perfect. And we'll do this twice more, and then we'll just swap to the other side. So if you feel like your chin doesn't move, mine gradually begins to move towards my thumb, because naturally your head will want to turn to the direction that you're looking. So switch sides when you're ready. Again, you might have that hand on the chin. So we're doing this about 10 times in total. Keeping the breath slow, face is relaxed. You might notice one side you can bring the arm out further. For example, on this side, I can't bring my hand out as far to the right side as my eyes can't seem to focus on my thumb. So I know that I need to work a bit more on that visual field. So if at any point during these eye exercises, you notice that there is a blurry point, then I really want you to keep that in mind, and we'll use it in the next bit of our session. So about one more time, and then we'll drop the hand down. And then shake the arm out, shake the hands out. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do up and down. So again, you might place one hand on the chin, thumb is away from us, up, and then all the way down. Again, try to keep that chin still. Trying to go all the way bottom, just to the lower side of the visual field and all the way up. So if you're so used to watching your laptop screen or your phone screen, even TVs and cooking, eyesight is always in front of us, always directly within our hands reach, whereas this just gets the full range of motion of our eyes working. So 5 more times if you can. Remember, you might want to speed up if you're finding this easy, or you might want to slow it down. Again, noticing if there's any blurry parts, any parts that make you feel awkward. Last year I noticed that I actually feel a bit sick, like dizzy and motion sick, because I'm just not used to looking to the upper right corner of my eyes. Just not used to it at all. So it's something I've been working on. And then once you've done that, again, just shaking out. And we'll do one last one today. So we'll do the other hand reaching out with a thumbs up, and we're going to make a cross. So I actually quite like to imagine it as an infinity symbol. So you're going all the way to the upper corner and then down along. So just start with one straight line up and down that same one line of a cross. You're going to upper corner, the opposite lower corner, again, keeping head still. So just as you lifted up, Rachel, your whole chin went up. Maybe you want to bring the hand onto the chin. It's so easy just to move it. And also if your eyesight is slightly weaker in that area, your head is also going to move. So just notice that. So once you've done that a couple more times, we'll switch hands and do the other side, the other line on a cross, as if you're doing a cross and noughts and crosses. So for me, this side is a lot easier for some reason. Perfect. Three more times. And then once you've done that, we'll just shake it out. And it's already 20 past. So it's time for our movement part. And what I recommend is, if you found that you had an area which was slightly blurry, maybe was slightly uncomfortable, then I challenge you in this movement part to look to that area. So for me, it's the upper right corner. So when I move, I'm going to try and look towards that area just to try and build some strength there and that range of motion back in. Obviously, if it doesn't make you feel any discomfort, Notice if that is good or bad for your body, and then you can always bring it to a lower range of motion. So maybe I won't go as far into my upper right corner, I'll bring it slightly closer. Or you can have your eyes closed or just any way you want. But that's just a suggestion from me today. So let's start in a tabletop position. We'll start with our traditional cat and cow. So on the inhale, we drop the belly, look up, maybe tuck those toes. On the exhale, we're going to round and look towards the belly button. I suggest going in your own time, following your breath. So again, you might be looking to a different place than usual, and that might feel even more like weird in your body. Or you might find that you can even reach a greater range of motion. Yeah, lovely. But breath remains slow. And then you might begin to freestyle this, bringing hips slightly towards heels or to the sides as you drop back. You might shift forwards, playing around the weight distribution in the hands, palms, and wrists. We've got 3 more breaths. And then we come back to our tabletop position. And we're going to do like what we were doing before of our cow pose. That belly is going to come down, booty up to the sky. Let's walk into a puppy. So walk the hands forwards. We're keeping hips over knees as the chest melts down. Spread the fingertips wide and really press the knuckles down, fingertips down, palms down into the ground. And I suggest that we take a cat and cow here. So rounding and then allowing the chest to melt back down. Again, you might be using the eyes. And remember, when you're using the eyes, you don't need to move the chin or neck. You can keep the ears alongside the shoulders as you round and arch in your cat and cow, in your puppy pose, sorry. So keep that chest quite low down, even when you're rounding. Maybe notice if you're tilting the pelvis. Can you create greater range of motion in the pelvis as you tuck and untuck the tailbone? Take 2 more breaths here. Notice how this might feel different to traditional cat and cow as we're lower down. And we're getting into the shoulders this morning. And then once you've done that, I want you to take a child's pose or a rock pose. So child's pose, we have big toes touching, arms extending forward. Rock pose, we've got the knees together, arms relaxing behind, forehead down to the ground. If forehead is down, maybe take a little rock, sway to side, side to side. Last breath here. And then slowly lifting up to a kneeling position. Bring the hands onto the shoulders and take some elbow circles. Make the biggest circles you possibly can. So if you're trying to touch every side of the room, and then switch direction. And then one elbow in one direction, one in the other. This always gets my brain going. And then switch. The second you master it, then you switch up again. And then you shake out the hand. Imagine that you've got a block between the palms and you're squeezing it just in front of you. Arms are nice and straight. And then we're going to take some shoulder circles, so rolling the shoulders back and down. Notice again in the pelvis if you're sticking the bum out, if you're kneeling. Maybe point that tailbone down a little. Switch direction of the circles. So instead of going back and down, we're going up and forward. Notice if it feels juddery, a little bit different to normal. That's just because we're not used to using our body in that way. It's just the brain is mapping this new area, it's learning this new pathway. And release, shake out the arms. Let's do that again. The hands by the body, palms face in. So again, back and down to begin with, nice and normal. We know what we're doing. Twice more. And then switch direction. So we're rolling up and to the front. Perfect. And then last round, we're bringing the arms behind as if we've got a block between the palms behind us this time. Yeah, lovely. Starting again, shoulders back and down. Try to keep those arms straight, just keeps them active, supports our joints. And then this is where it really gets our brain working. We're switching, so up and forward. Perfect. And then shake it out. Lovely. Staying in your kneeling position, bring the hands on the hips. Take an inhale in and out. Step left foot forwards or in a low lunge. Okay, so I want you to slightly tuck that tailbone. So imagine your tailbone is now facing down towards the ground. You should feel that right thigh, right glute beginning to work, bringing the hands onto the hip bones, making sure they're facing forwards and they're about even. But sometimes we have a tendency to lift one up or drop one down. So imagine you've got one of those spirit bars. I think that's what they're called. The ones with the green liquid and the bubble. You want it to be nice and level. Okay, and then on your next inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to cactus the arms. Okay, so we're going to do a cat and cow from here. So on the inhale, we're going to imagine that our forearms are going to meet. Maybe they do meet, maybe palms and forearms meet, the elbows stay at shoulder height. On the exhale, we're opening the elbows, imagining that we've got a P between the shoulder blades and we're trying to squish it. So we're going to round, arms come in front, and then exhale, we're bringing elbows away from us, try to touch behind our back. 4 more rounds in total. Lovely. And you might begin to play with the cactus in the last couple of rounds by bringing a side bend into it or a little twist. I quite like to add other little movements along that plane. But once you've completed, I think it was 5 rounds in total, we'll shake out the arms. Yeah. And then bring the other knee down. So then we come back to our kneeling position and low lunge on the other side. So we want to set ourselves up first. That right foot is now forward, tailbone faces down, hips are level. Noticing if that left thigh is working. I even bring my left hand to the thigh, front and back, just to notice if there's any muscle activation. You can give it a little tap, poke, just to make sure those muscles are beginning to work. And then on the inhale, we reach the arms up. Exhale, we cactus, same movement. So we bring the forearms forwards and then back. Trying to keep the elbows in line with the shoulders. So we've got this 5 times in total. Again, you might begin to take your side bends. Twist, you might do a side bend and a twist. Really get things wild this morning. Once you've done your 5, you shake out the arms, shake out the wrist. Bring both knees down, sitting on the backs of the heels. Circle the arms up, look up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, hands to breath. Center of the chest. bowing to one another. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Thank you everyone on Instagram for joining live. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you everyone on YouTube